Hello there, good to see you. It's Saturday and you're still here. I don't know if you get brownie points in the Christian faith, it's all of grace anyway, but impressive. You are, I'm going to go with the word brick, but you'll see it's in my thoughts right now because of events. One of our members was talking about delivering placemats to people just to kind of remind them that Flemington Hallside was their parish church and that, I should have said, my name's Ian Cathcart, I'm the minister in said church, and this is Thought for the Day. So all the days are blending into one, and you should just know that already. And if you've never seen this before, then clearly you have no expectation of knowing that. How could you? And the point is, Ian was, I know that's my name, but this is the guy who was helping, well, he was delivering things to folks, and he kind of placemats and things, and I said to him, could you show me what you're, just so that I know what's going out in our name. I wasn't worried about it, it was just, let me see it, that would be good. However, amidst everything else, I got a wee bag, I got this. So, first of all, thank you, Alison. Thank you for last Sunday's all-age address. You too are a brick of an individual. It's just clearly, it wasn't just a throwaway line. Some people have taken you at your word, and my recollection was you were supposed to write something like God loves you or something. But no, Ian gave me a brick. As far as I can tell, with nothing written on it, it may have the maker's name on it, but he gave me a brick. The point was, he gave me all these other things as well. What I had asked him as the placemats, he had given me these, laminated no less. So I hope you're paying attention. I just want to say, Ian, Elaine better get one of these because it's laminated. And you know what Elaine is like when it comes to all things laminated. If she doesn't get one, she'll be she'll probably wait until lockdown is over. But still, Elaine has to get one because she gets everything laminated. I would say be careful going near her house because you might get laminated just to fit in with everything else. The fact is, Ian had done this and given it to some folks, but he'd obviously put the name specifically for each person that he was giving it to them. And I just thought that was a really, really nice idea. And I thought it would be good to kind of be aware, from my point of view, as to what he was doing. But he's personalised one, and he's given me 3. One for Jackie, one for Hannah, and one for me. So basically, I might be having to give one to Rebecca and Joshua just to kind of keep them happy and sweet. The point, not only that, but look at this. He's given me a mug, and it's just for me. Now, I did get it from Ian, so maybe it was his mug. The point is, he gave it to me, and not only that, he gave Jackie a bottle of something. I don't know what it was. Anyway, he gave her, and he gave the girls some sweets, and so basically, it was just really, really nice, and it was one of those kind of, that's just really nice. And what I realise is you can have all these things where there's a campaign or there's an initiative or there's something. It's just when somebody just does it, it's really, really nice. And when we're all kind of shut in and not really seeing people, it was just a really nice thing to do. I don't know if you're even allowed out. If you're not supposed to be out, then don't go out. This is not a call. It's just, I've made reference at various points through the last kind of 10 weeks or so to what's usually referred to as the one another verses. There are various verses all the way through the New Testament that talk about what we should do with one another. Love one another is the obvious place to start. There's about this John 13:34, 15:12, 15:17, Romans 3:8. And that's just a few. There's almost 10 different ones. But through love, serve one another. And then there's one which I have to confess, I react to it. This is the Church of Scotland call to love one another. This is Ephesians 4, verse 2. Tolerate one another in love. If you're going to turn it round the other way, if you can't love one another, at least tolerate one another in love. Now, some people you might find it easy to love when you're called to love one another. Sometimes you just have to tolerate one another. But guess what? There are probably people who you're thinking about right now in your mind because you know exactly what that verse means. Yeah, I will try my best to love them, but it will probably be tolerate them in love. And then greet one another with a kiss of love. That's 1 Peter 5:14. Obviously hard to do during lockdown. Indeed, exchange of that amount of saliva on somebody else's cheek, probably don't want that until we've got a vaccine. But the fact is, does give you an indication of the emphasis that we're supposed to have. And last one, be devoted to one another in love. I realise wasn't really imagining I was going to use a brick as an indication of someone's devotion to me in love. But I'm just saying thank you to Ian for my brick amidst everything else. But it was more just, what? Have you given anybody a brick? I confess I haven't. What are the things that you might leave at somebody's door? Or it's just, I don't want to be over prescriptive, because the thing that I realised, the stuff that Ian gave to me and my family, it was the very lack of the Kirk session has decided that this should happen. It was just the spontaneity of it that just so kind of, it just put a smile on my face. Things are difficult at the moment, and as a consequence, especially because of the lockdown rules, we can't do everything we might wish for everyone, but you can do it for someone. At which point, people say, well, if you're only going to do it once, for crying out loud, that doesn't make much difference. So I finish with this story. It's a very well-known story. It's not from scripture, but it's a good story just the same. The man is walking along the beach, and just because of the tidal flow in that particular bay, it's brought in a whole lot of starfish that have been left stranded on the beach as the tide has taken the water back out. And because the sun is now up, the starfish are dying because they're literally being cooked on this beach. And as the man is walking along, seeing the situation, he sees this wee boy throwing individual starfish back into the water. And he goes over to the wee boy and said, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm throwing the starfish back in the water." And he said, "But there's thousands of starfish all washed up in the beach here. I mean, you can't possibly imagine you can do all of this. I mean, you're not making," what he said was, "you're not really making that much of a difference." And as he's got the starfish in his hand and throws it back into the water, he says, "I guess I made a difference for that one." I'm quite sure you can't give a brick to everyone. But maybe you could just do it for one person. Who would you give it to? Thanks, Ian. It made my day. Alison, could you make it sirloin and roast potatoes that you use as an analogy to give care and love? Or maybe just a box of Rowntree's fruit pastels. I'm just saying bricks. There's not a lot you can do with them, but symbolically, thank you, Ian. It was really good. Until tomorrow, God go with you, because I know that when you go with God, you find God as you go. Go with God, because God goes with you. Bye.